In today's video, I'm challenging myself to create a Lego minifigure, but not from plastic. Will this be a win, or will I fail miserably? Let's find out. First material you can make a minifig from is candy. And I have these Lego candy bricks called candy blocks. And the coolest part about them is that they stack just like Lego. So I built a minifig from them. But it kind of feels like cheating. So to challenge myself, I'll try to make an upscaled candy man on this Lego skeleton using cotton candy. But Bros is currently not here. It's just Bones. So a great start will be giving him a sweet heart. Okay, now let's deck his whole body with candy, and after a few hours of work, I made him look like this. A kinda creepy and fuzzy looking upscaled minifig from cotton candy. Not gonna lie, Bro looks like he's made out of fur and didn't shower for a week. And of course, since it's candy, he's all sticky now, so I'll give him a quick bath. Oh no! Oh, I totally forgot that cotton candy dissolves in water. Okay, guys, I noticed that it started to snow outside, and that gave me the idea to build a minifigure from snow. So I took every mold I have outside and started stuffing, starting with the smallest one. But this Bro is too tiny. So I took a cake mold and filled that one up. And here we have a way bigger... Oh, no, it fell down. Well, okay, there's enough snow to build a full-size Lego snowman. So I started with a huge pile of snow and then started shaping and sculpting it into a Lego minifig body. And after 2 hours of work, I made this giant Lego minifig out of snow. And it looks awesome. Honestly, I'm super satisfied with the result and the fact that it was snowing. And another very easy way to make a minifig from candy is by melting chocolate. Now that the chocolate is melted, let's pour it into these Lego minifig molds. And after letting it cool for a few hours, I just made a bunch of these super tasty looking chocolate minifigs. Oh wait, they don't have any faces. So to fix that, I have this white paint, and I can very carefully paint both eyes and a mouth. Damn, these are so tasty looking. But be careful with these minifigs because they melt very fast. This is a regular Lego brick, and this is a Lego brick that is made entirely out of wood. And it actually connects with another one. So I guess it's possible to create a minifig out of wood. So I bought a wood carving kit, and it has all the tools needed to carve a perfect minifig. But first, let's get the shape of a minifig to carve out on this block. Okay, after a long and satisfying process, I just made a wooden minifig. But it kind of looks more like a wooden statue. That's not a minifigure at all. And then I found out that you can actually buy an official Lego wooden minifigure. So I bought it, and this is how it looks. And this is how he looks compared to the upscaled Lego version. Oh damn, I thought it would be bigger than upscaled. But I want to make sure that it's really made out of wood. Hey, bro, are you really made from wood?
Nope.
Okay guys, yeah, he's made out of wood. Another material I want to try to make a minifig from is jelly. I got the idea from this huge jelly bear, so I got the official Lego minifig mold, and let's get to cooking. We need to mix milk and this bag of gelatin by pouring it into this bowl and adding some food coloring. Now let's pour it into the mold and put it in the fridge. And the next day I got this. Oh no, the colors didn't mix properly. Bro looks like a zombie, but let's still test if he can jiggle. Okay, at least that works. But I want to make an accurate Jello minifig. So I'll try and make another one, this time mixing yellow, green, and blue colors very carefully. Same procedure. Back to the fridge we go. Okay, after another day of waiting, we have a new Jello minifig. And this time, it's a success. This is a minifig in a crayon costume. So naturally, I tried drawing with it and nothing happened. That's a big L. So that gave me the idea to create a minifigure from actual crayons. I bought a bunch of crayons, picked my favorite color, and melted it down. Then I poured the liquid into a minifig mold and allowed it to cool down. Oh wow, bro looks kinda naked. So to quickly fix that, I made him clothes that look like official Lego crayon covers and dressed him up. There. Now the crayon minifig is complete, but the best part about it is that you can actually draw with this minifigure. Now that's a W. Here's another cool trick. You can make a minifig magnetic by inserting some small magnets into it. And I chose this avatar minifig because it has long legs that can fit magnets inside. And after carefully inserting them, I just created a fully magnetic minifig. And the best part about it is that now it can stick to almost any surface. Also, now it works as a fridge magnet, or even as an iPhone decoration. But the coolest feature is that now I can make him move without touching him by using another magnet under the table. Damn, bro looks like he's possessed. The next material I want to use for a minifigure is cat food. So I took some of my cat's favorite food, dumped it into a minifigure mold, and placed it in a freezer. And after a few hours, we got these meaty looking minifig cat treats. Oh wow, you can actually see his guts inside. Guys, you think I should try one? Let's give them to the cat. Damn, He ate all of them. Nice. What else can you make a minifig from? What about a cake? I saw those custom cakes online, so I ordered one, and it just arrived. So let's open it up and… Guys, bro's naked. So to fix that, I'll make him some clothes from sugar paste. Starting with the yellow part, carefully shaping it, and now it can go over his head. Now I'll use a green paste to create his iconic green shirt. And finally, I'll make him a pair of blue pants. Now he looks like Mr. Bricks. Oh damn, this cake smells so good. I want a quick bite. Another way to make a minifigure not from plastic is to draw one. Well, okay, it's not a minifig, but you can make one from paper. So I got these instructions from the internet and printed them out. So now I just need to cut it all out and combine all the parts with ordinary Lego studs. And we just made an actual 2D Lego minifigure from paper. And what's cool about it is that it's a drawing that you could pose in real time. So here's bro doing the crab, or he's doing karate tricks. But this minifigure is still only 2D, and I want to make a 3D minifigure from paper. So I found other instructions on how to make it 3D, printed them out, and started building it. Oh, this reminds me of arts and crafts lessons from elementary days. And there we go! Now we have a 3D Lego minifigure made from paper. Bro looks a bit rough around the edges. Okay, what else can I make a minifig from? Yeah, I can make it out of candle wax. So I need a candle, a small container to melt it, a heat gun, and of course, a minifig mold. And after carefully melting the candle, pouring it into the Lego mold, and adding a wick, we've successfully created a Lego minifigure from wax. And the coolest part about it is that you can burn it legally. And when you do, it doesn't smell like plastic at all. Another material to make a minifig from is concrete. So I have this bag of concrete. Poured it into this bucket, and now to make it more fluid, I need to add some water and stir it. Okay, this should be good enough. So I poured it out into the minifigure mold and left it to solidify. And now I've got some concrete minifigures. They're hard as a rock and very heavy. But to see how strong they are, let's do a hammer test. Okay, the little one crumbled. What about the bigger one? Bro's head ate the impact, but there's some concrete damage done. What's the opposite of plastic? Metal. So let's make a minifig from real metal. Guys, this craft is very dangerous, so don't try to recreate it at home. Okay, I bought some metal called tin. Then I broke it down into small pieces and used a heat gun to melt it down. Then I took a silicone mold and very carefully poured the metal in. I hope this will work. Okay, a few hours have passed. Let's take the mold out and see. Oh wow, no way! Bro actually looks super cool. Bro is shining like he's made from diamonds. Since he's made out of metal, let's test if he's magnetic. Okay, no, I guess not every metal is magnetic, but bro's quite heavy, so let's do a drop test. Oh damn, it broke my table. Another material you can make a minifig from is, carpet? I saw this viral trend where people make cool designs with special tools. And I came in contact with a local carpet workshop to make me one, but they invited me in and let me make my own carpet. You make one with this device that sews yarn onto the canvas super fast. It looks easy, but the tool is quite heavy and you need steady hands to do this. Also, it eats yarn like crazy. And after you do the first step of filling in the design, then comes the second part. Since the carpet is too messy now, we need to give it a fade with a trimmer. Oh wow, feels like I'm cutting actual hair. And after a solid 2 hours of work, this is what I ended up with. A cool minifig head design. But since it's a carpet, now I need to test it. Let's test how good it is at cleaning shoes. Oh man, I shouldn't have walked through a construction site. First way to use a minifigure is to break Guinness World Records with it, and this is the widest minifigure. Congrats, man. Now, did you know you can build the tallest minifigure? So let's see how we can make it. First, I've got this torso extension part. Now he'll have 4 hands instead of 2. Then I'm adding these extra long legs from the Avatar minifigure, followed by this weird hairpiece to top it off. Okay, he's literally 2 times higher than a normal minifigure now. Now, let's build more record-breaking minifigures, like this one that has the world's biggest head. Here's the smallest head minifigure. Well, he's definitely missing something. Okay, that's better. Here's the minifigure with the longest head. And finally, what about a minifigure with the most amount of heads? This one has 5, and it's not even the limit. Here's a minifigure with the longest arms. This is the fattest man. He actually looks like he's gonna fly away. And now let's build the richest minifigure. He's got a lot of money, gemstones, jewelry, and let's give him this yacht. No way, we actually got a Guinness Award. Wait, it's actually a YouTube button. Thank you guys for this. If you switch the hands around, then turn the legs 180 degrees, and finally rotate the head, you'll end up with this cursed-looking minifigure. And it opens up another round of cursed hacks you didn't know you needed. Here's a minifigure with hands instead of hips. That's actually what I imagine people who drive motorcycles look like. If you have these macaroni pieces lying around, you can stack a bunch of them into this weird shape and use it as the minifigure's neck. And this is an upscaled minifigure, the biggest minifigure alive. But if you switch its head with a normal minifigure, you'll end up with two very infected-looking minifigures. And finally, if you take the face of an upscaled minifigure and use it instead of its head, you'll get the creepiest crawling minifigure ever. You can also take a minifigure and squeeze it in your hand until all the parts are completely detached. Now, challenge yourself to invent a hack for each of them. Here's what I did. For the head, you can squeeze it into a tire piece and use it as wheels for cars. If you have this transparent part, you can place it on top of the minifigure's head, and now you have a minifigure that looks like an astronaut. If you take a rubber band and squeeze it inside the torso, then attach minifigure arms to it, you can create unique poses for the minifigure. For example, here's a minifigure struggling to hold a lot of glizzies. And here's that scene from Spider-Man. Then I took 4 minifigure hands and aligned them all into the form of a star. You end up with this weird shape that looks like a ninja star, and now you can throw it. For the torso, did you know that if you put headlights on it instead of hips and add a rounded plate, it'll look like a fat minifigure? You'll also need short legs for this hack to work. And if you replace the hips with a bracket piece, you can create unique leg poses. So I built this karate scene using this hack. For the leg hack, you can take antennas, squeeze them in grill pieces, then attach studs to it, and you have these weird legs that can turn in all directions. What is that? Finally, there's another secret leg hack. Just place regular studs into the minifigure's legs and it'll give the appearance of a big booty. And there are many more hacks you can do with minifigure parts, so share your most cursed hacks in the comments. If you're bored, you can fill a bowl with water and challenge yourself to do a trick shot. And you can actually use a brick separator as a catapult for a minifigure. Okay, I think that counts. You can also put minifigures on top of one another to see how tall you can build them until they fall. You can line up all of your minifigures and simulate an epic battle that has no purpose at all. You can use minifigures as bowling pins. No way. How is Huggy Wuggy the only one who survived? You can also speed build a catapult to launch one minifigure into another minifigure, or into a basketball hoop. You can taste a minifigure. Wow, tastes like chicken. And that gave me the idea to bake a Lego minifigure pie. So just lay the dough on the baking tray and use minifigures as filling for your pie. Now put it into the oven. And here's the most important part. The minifigs will melt at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So don't exceed this limit or you will burn the pie. Okay, now we wait. Let's connect the minifigure to the leaf blower and try to blow it away. When you're bored, you can draw a custom bored-to-death face expression on a minifigure. And finally, you can use paint to make a custom minifigure. And today, I'll make a Pomni. You just need to paint her buttons yellow and white for the sleeves. So at this point, I actually painted a lot of minifigures with Pomni's features. And I gotta say, I'm getting better at this. Okay, so I think the pie is ready. Is anybody hungry? Another cool way to use minifigures is to run experiments on them. So I took a knife and cut the minifigure to see what's inside. Oh wow, now you can learn Lego anatomy. For this next experiment, I bought the world's strongest laser to test whether it'll make a hole in a minifigure's head. Okay, maybe I will be able to make a hole in its torso? It works! Now, for more useful minifigure hacks, did you know that if you have a minifigure with this cape, you can use it as a shower curtain? And in the shower, you can put an all-yellow minifigure. It'll look like he's naked. If you switch the heads of a minifigure with a skeleton, first you'll get this minifigure that looks like he wears a Halloween mask. And for the minifigure with a skeleton body, you can build an X-ray machine, put it inside, now it looks like he's in the hospital. Another thing you can do with a skeleton is to switch his head with a Lego frog. Put it on all fours, and now you have a skeleton that looks more like a dog. if you have these minifigures with animal costumes, you can build scenes that the more you think of them, the more you get how cursed they are. To build this scene where it looks like two minifigures are sleeping in one bed, you can use this simple Lego piece. Put a minifigure's head on it, and insert it into a headlight piece. Now you can put two heads into the bed and cover them with a blanket. And using the same Lego part, you can build a minifigure with a long neck to peek in on you in the toilet. Okay, I know that you're on a toilet right now, so be aware that you might be watched by a random minifigure. With the help of blue cheese slopes, you can build a scene where it looks like the minifigure pulled its pants down in order to get a vaccine. If you put the minifigure's legs separated near the toilet, you can build a minifigure that sits on the toilet, and it looks much better than just sitting the minifigure on it, like I did here. However, now I can just add brown cone pieces, and it looks like the minifigure pooped extra hard. Okay guys, I don't know if you realize it, but in reality, this is a chocolate cake icing piece. Okay, are you ready for the next round of ideas? Yes, he is ready. So, for the first hack, I gave him a custom hand made of clay. Another crafty material you can use is a simple Sharpie. Now you can finally draw a nose on a minifigure. Next, you can take a drill to make an accessory out of a minifigure. So first, secure the minifigure inside the vise and make a hole in its head.
Wait, what?
After that, you can put a simple hook inside the hole, and you turn a regular minifigure into a keychain for your keys. Or you can glue a magnet to its back and use it as a fridge magnet. Okay, ordering these wooden doors for the fridge would be a bad idea. Finally, you can build custom characters. And to make them recognizable, you can print a custom sticker on ordinary paper and glue it to a minifigure. Now, can you guess who this is? What about using a minifigure for something actually useful, like holding cables? Wow, it fits perfectly. Or if you have a very expensive minifigure, you can add it to a chain and use it as a necklace to flex on everyone. And speaking of chains, you can connect two minifigures to a chain. And now you've got yourself a fidget toy that you can spin. Okay, I have no idea how to play with it, but you can spin it very fast or use it as a weapon. Now for more random ideas, you can connect two minifigures to use them as a money holder, or a phone holder, or as an ice cream scooper,
Delicious creamy poo.
or as a pooper scooper. And finally, you can use it as a protection device from scary dogs. Bro isn't even scared. Then I challenged myself to repurpose every minifigure part in a build. So I used minifigure hands as clothing pins to hold sweaty t-shirts while doing laundry, or you can stuff some hands in the bottom of the plate and use it as a rug or a roof. The arms are kinda tricky, but if you have the collectible minifigure flashlight, you can swap its hands with the normal minifigure's hands. And now you have a very strong minifigure, and also a very weak one. He looks like a T-Rex now. You can use the head instead of a basketball to score 3-pointers. The torso is also hard to repurpose, but I used it as legs for this table, and it looks decent. If you take the minifigure's legs, they look similar to bread. So I built a toaster and a loaf of bread out of 6 legs. Or you can build this statue, where I used 1 leg for a nose. For the hips, I honestly didn't know what to do at first, but then I realized it kinda looks like part of a zip line attachment. So I took a special Lego rope, built 2 towers, and now he can... And finally, you can use the whole minifigure as a bracelet by connecting them in a circle. Okay, at this point, after 100 ideas, I was honestly so exhausted, but I built this special final idea, number 101. So here's the complex-looking exoskeleton. I used droid arms for a cage that holds everything together. He also has metal armor on the front, and I gave him this robotic claw in one hand, and in another hand, he's holding this huge gun with a light on top, and he even has a rocket launcher on top, which is made out of Lego binoculars. What about making a minifigure great at every sport? Like this bro, who's trying to be good at basketball. Guys, he's never gonna make that shot. But if I upgrade him with these awesome springy legs, he turns into a dunking champion. And if you take an unsuspecting minifigure and put him into a foosball table, you've got yourself a world-class footballer. You can make a minifigure run with stop motion, but he's still way too slow. So I'll add these plates behind him. Now it looks like he's super fast. Whoa, looks like he moves with the speed of Sonic. Give a minifigure a scrum cap, this cute little rugby ball, and you end up with an unstoppable rugby player. Lego also has this boxer minifigure, and it has huge gloves, but every time I order him to fight, He just stands there. So I took a couple of these gear parts and built a rotating base, and now, with one touch of a finger, he can punch like crazy. Minifigures are not the best dancers. What even are those moves? I'll just swap them out with this posable knockoff minifig. And now we've unlocked some epic new dance moves. You can also attach 2 studs to a minifigure's legs, and now he can twerk. If you download this app, you can use your phone to scan a 3D model of a minifigure. Then you can use the scan to design custom parts for your minifigure and send it to a 3D printer. So I scanned this guy who's had too much to eat and printed him a nice big belly. He's not too happy about it. I'll send him to the gym while I make his next upgrade. While he's training, let's design a buff guy torso for him, so everyone can see he's been working out. Just print it. That's much better. He seems happy, but maybe next time I'll upgrade his legs too. Another cool way to upgrade a minifigure is with a 3D pen. Since Lego Bros don't have noses, this guy can't smell those beautiful flowers. But if we use our 3D pen to give him a nose, he can. Oh no, looks like he has allergies. If you have a minifigure with no hair, you can also use the 3D pen to create all sorts of crazy hairstyles. And if you have different filaments, you can make a lot of different colors. Minifigures can't really text, since they don't have thumbs or fingers. So for my last upgrade, I used my 3D pen to give him some. Now we can keep in touch. I hope this wasn't a mistake. If you want to perform surgery on a minifigure, you can't, because he's got no organs. So let's upgrade him. First, we'll give him this juicy brain for thinking awesome thoughts. Let's give him a nice sturdy skeleton. Now he's got to watch out for broken bones. Next, let's add some guts. Wow, there's not a lot of space to put these. And we've also got to find space for this big old heart. I guess that'll do? Well, he's definitely looking a lot more realistic, but he's still missing one thing, a soul. But I'm not really sure how I'd make that out of Lego. Guys, if you know how a Lego soul should look, comment below if you have an idea. Okay, so this bro's really sad. So I'll challenge myself to turn him into the happiest minifigure alive by upgrading his lifestyle. First, let's give him an ice cream. An ice cream shop? Oh, what about a dog? Yeah, that got rid of his frown, but we're trying to make him the happiest man alive. Maybe he's lonely. I'll give him loads of friends. Nope. Or a trip to Disneyland? It's working. What about this golden yacht? Let's put that in the water. I mean, he's happy, but he's not the happiest minifigure alive. Good thing I've got this Sharpie. Ah, that's more like it. I'd say that's the happiest minifigure alive. We know that minifigures get strong at the gym, but what will it take to make the strongest minifigure? You could give him this buff guy torso. I'm better! But he needs to be stronger. We can use some clay to give him big, muscly arms. He looks pretty cursed. And he's definitely stronger than this guy. But you know what? Neither of these guys could ever truly be the strongest minifigure. But if we take these big yellow tubes that look like bananas and connect them to this springy, posable torso, there it is. Bro is literally the strongest now. I can't call him minifigure anymore. So far, we've been upgrading our minifigures. But what if we tried a little downgrade? Let's make something truly terrifying. First, let's create a minifigure monster. I'll use this Lego eye for his head. Next, I'll swap his legs for this scary mess of drone pieces. Also, let's give him this zombie head. And damn, that's one freaky minifigure monster. Now, let's try to create the most cursed minifigure. I'll start by giving him these wide hips using some minifigure hands. Then let's swap his arms for these bendy tubes and use these noodle pieces to give him a long neck for seeing around corners. Finally, 3 heads are better than 2 and 4 heads are better than 3. So let's put this double head on top of his normal head and one stretched head on top of that for maximum brain power. Yeah, these guys look pretty awful. And I'd say these downgrades were a terrifying success. Lego's got a lot of cool minifigures, but they don't have brain rot characters. First, let's turn this businessman into Tim Cheese. If we paint this Mickey Mouse head gray and give it some sunglasses, we've got a perfect head. Then just snap it onto our business body, and there you go. Now for Ballerina Cappuccina. Let's start with the ballerina minifigure. Replace her head with this cute cup of coffee, use a Sharpie to draw on a face, and you've unlocked another character. Finally, let's create New Beanie Pizzarini. If you take a minifigure, give him a blue torso, yellow arms, green legs, and a pizza on his head, he turns into New Beanie Pizzarini. Minifigures can come in many different forms, with many different price tags. But with a little bit of craftsmanship, you can upgrade your minifigures into their most expensive forms, like this Buzz Lightyear. The normal version costs less than $5, and this dirty version costs $20. But if you take your $5 Buzz and give him a nice mud bath in the garden, you can upgrade him without spending extra cash. Nice. There are lots of versions of the Joker. But these two are almost identical, except that one is 7 times more expensive. But if we paint his hair darker green, swap his hands to blue, and touch up his pants with a marker, they're basically identical. Another really easy upgrade is to take this white stormtrooper and paint him chrome. And he looks just like the $120 version. Now let's upgrade this normal Batman into the incredible Disco Batman. Just use the gold Sharpie on his suit, then add gold foil behind his cape, and you've got the shiniest Batman ever seen. Let's test out his new disco vibes on the dance floor. Damn, bro's got style. If you accidentally drop all of your Legos on the floor, this strange Lego product can help you. Basically, it's a scoop, and you can literally scoop all your Legos with it. And believe it or not, that's the only reason for this product to exist. So let's test how long it'll take me to clean up this mess. Okay, it's done. Wow, Lego literally just invented replacements for my hands. This is the biggest Lego brick ever made. It can fit a whole human inside. And if Lego would make a coffin, this is probably how it would look. So the second biggest brick is this one. It looks very similar to a normal brick, but it's actually a storage compartment. And inside there's a Quattro brick that's 4 times bigger than a Duplo brick. And fun fact, they are compatible. Next, there are original Lego bricks, a 2x4, a 2x2 brick, and a 1x2 brick, and finally, a 1x1 brick. And all of them stack perfectly with each other. But the smallest ever Lego brick is actually not any of these. It's this tiny one from the 80s called Modulex. And I bought a handful of them, so let's see what I can build. Okay, it's a tiny house with 2 windows and a brown roof with a chimney made out of 2 tiny bricks. Okay, this one looks more like a toy for a Lego minifigure. This is the oldest Lego minifigure. It's 52 years old. Has only 4 parts and doesn't have legs, hands, elbows, arms, well, even a face is missing. Damn, what was Lego even thinking? So that gave me the idea to find more record-breaking minifigures. This is the most expensive minifigure, Mr. Gold, which costs $7,500. So I will be able to afford it only when I have 1 million subscribers. But I can still just take a regular minifigure and paint it gold. Damn, bro legit looks like C-3PO. Now, after he's dry, give him a fancy suit, a hat, and a stick with a diamond. And there you go! I made the most expensive Lego minifigure. And this is the heaviest figure, which weighs 30 grams. That's 3 times more than a regular minifigure. If you're a fan of Ninjago, you can find a Garmadon minifigure in one of their magazines. It has 4 hands, which is record-breaking by itself, but he can be even more handy when building a minifigure with the most accessories on it. Okay, I honestly added every accessory I owned until I couldn't anymore. So now he has a tutu, a carrot, a chainsaw, wings, a huge backpack with a cup, a pan, a plant, and on his head he has a hot dog and a cupcake. This minifigure breaks 2 records at a time. Not only is it the shortest one, it is also the most annoying minifigure. These are the most sporty minifigures because one of them can score buckets and another professionally punches you in the face. But what about the fastest minifigure? Let's test the speed of an ordinary minifigure. Okay, now run! Okay, honestly, this is way too slow for a record, so I thought for a while about how to make the fastest minifigure, and the first thought that came to mind was to glue it to a tennis ball and put it inside this Nerf gun, which is actually a dog cannon. So now I can shoot it, and he will officially become the fastest minifigure alive. At this point, he's faster than a dog. Does that count as a record? This is an old-school wind-up car, which comes in this awesome box. And has a key that, when twisted, is supposed to make it move forward. Okay, guys, this is so old that I don't even know if it'll work. No way! It works perfectly! What are you doing? No! Another old school car I bought was this beach buggy, which has a unique sail part for its windsurf. So this minifigure can catch some waves. But my favorite part is this working suspension piece. It has a spring inside, and thanks to that, the car can go through rough terrain. And honestly, it just looks super cool. And if you accidentally break it, you can use this lift part, and when you push this lever, it lifts the car so you can fix it. Another cool part is this pirate map. Wait, it's just empty. What the heck, Lego? But if you drop a single drop of water on it, it'll reveal the location of a hidden treasure, which is a super cool play feature. Finally, there are even parts that make sounds and light up. Like a working police siren, so you can turn any car into a police car. Even a garbage truck. Okay, guys, these are not actually breaking any records, so you need to decide which one is the coolest in the comments. This is the smallest Lego animal, and it is a simple printed Lego bee. These are 100 ordinary Lego spiders, but I also bought a lot of these, and they're actually glowing in the dark. What about the most expensive animals? This is an ordinary dolphin that costs $5, and this is a transparent dolphin. that I had to pay more than 60 bucks for. Damn, it looks like it's made out of water. And in this bag, I have the goat of the expensive animals, the goat, which cost $100.
Wait, what?
And the biggest Lego animal is this massive dinosaur with sharp teeth, movable legs, and tiny hands. But the coolest feature is this button you can press that makes his eyes glow red. Anyway, what's another thing rich people do with their money? They make themselves pretty with plastic surgery. So let's build an operation room quickly. I'm gonna put my surgeon gloves on and use it to turn my minifigure into the handsomest man alive. First, I'll swap out his legs for these to make him taller. Then I'll use this 3D pen and I'll carefully draw him a nose with it. Finally, our minifigure looks like… OMG, I spent 10 million on that? Where did the tail come from? And what's wrong with his face? Okay, now I need to spend 100 million more to fix it all. Whew, we are so back. Okay, instead of plastic surgery, how about we just get rid of these boring clothes? Okay, he looks like he's cold. Let's give him some epic new outfits then. Wow, this golden outfit with wings is definitely the most expensive of them all. Let's give him those golden swords. Oh my god, he looks gorgeous. And what do the others think? Yep, they love him. So this is a Lego diamond, and it's so huge that if it were a real diamond, it would cost more than $1 billion. So I bought one for each day of the year. Wow, they're super satisfying to play with. I also got a bunch of gold bars and all this Lego money. Wait, did I just spend money or make money? Okay, what else is expensive? Robots are. So I decided to buy a few. First up, I got this cute little gray dude with glowing red eyes. And he's really good at fixing things that aren't broken.
Wait, why did you turn my gold into iron? Okay, dude, stop!
Then this speedy guy with wheels for feet. He's the fastest pizza delivery bot in existence. And then this guy with a spanner in his hand and an antenna on his head. He looks pretty handy, but he's actually just a radio. But what if I get robbed? So I teamed up with my robots to speed build a bank. Look at them go. And it's done. I've got a lobby area with a front desk for the manager and an ATM. Let's open up this vault to place my valuables and shekels for safekeeping. And separate it with this sturdy wall. Honestly, this place is a fortress. It has an electric fence, and also I hired 100 security guards to protect everything I own from burglars. I believe nobody will steal anything from this bank. I found this mysterious bone lying around, so I built this laboratory and hired the best scientists to find out where it came from. And while we wait, let's use all this money to build our own zoo. So I bought a bunch of these base plates to design my own. So I built a couple of different enclosures in the zoo, and I also built this bathroom too. But I think it's occupied. I ordered a bunch of different Lego animals, including some super rare ones like this clear dolphin for $120. And I also bought goats. Oh wait, this is Messi, LeBron, and Tony Hawk. I meant animal goats. And why does this goat cost like $60? Just because it has a brown pattern on it? Anyways, I also bought a giraffe, a tiger, and a penguin. The zoo is finally complete. And now for the moment of truth. Let's open up the zoo for the visitors. Business is booming. Everyone's having a good time. Wait, what was that? OMG, guys, that bone belonged to the dinosaur. This is Jurassic Park all over again. Guys, not gonna lie, my minifigure is getting pretty famous. I think he's gonna need a place to lay low for a while. So next up, I'm gonna build him an epic secret base. Okay, so I picked up a few random objects, like this Lego porta potty, this giant watermelon, and a bag of chips. Which one do you think will house my secret base? Comment if you think you know the answer. I want to build the most epic secret base, but first, the essentials. I built this awesome bedroom with a few bunk beds so my minifigure can invite some friends to live with him if the world ends. They're also gonna need a bathroom and a kitchen for making tasty pizzas. But it's too boring here, so let's give them a hot tub and a DJ booth. Okay, now we have everything ready, but where should we put it? The bag of chips? Nah, too flimsy. The toilet? Oh, that's just gross. It's gonna have to be the watermelon. And inside we have a bathroom, a kitchen, a living area on the left side, and on the right, we have a hot tub with a DJ booth and a bedroom. Now that's a dope hidden base. I've always wanted my very own theme park, and since I've got $1 trillion, I'm gonna make that dream come true. Alright guys, check this out. I bought this giant roller coaster set that comes with a bunch of bits and pieces. Like this hot dog stand, a balloon stall, pretzel stand, and a bunch of different minifigures. And what's a theme park without some VIPs? So I hired some of my favorite movie characters and video game legends, like SpongeBob, Batman, and Steve from Minecraft to test the rides. Okay guys, let's test this roller coaster. This park probably cost more than my zoo and my city combined, but guys, totally worth it. Dang, these minifigs are really dizzy. Okay, now cars are one of the most expensive items on Earth, so I went to my local store and bought 3 of the newest Speed Champion cars. And after building them, I got myself a Lego McLaren that has a movable steering wheel. If you press this here, the roof scoop appears and it has a movable spoiler. A Bugatti that has this blade for aerodynamics, and these massive wheels. And a red Ferrari that looks super fast and expensive, and it has ultra-light carbon wheels and these spoilers underneath the car. But even though I spent like $1 million on them, we still have a lot to spend, so let's upgrade them. So for the Bugatti, I'll make a custom exhaust by using these macaroni pieces with chrome tips. And now it can shoot massive flames.
Guys, my neighbors will hate me for all this noise.
For the McLaren, I want to lower it to the ground, so I'll add wheels on these pieces, and now it kind of looks like a super stance car, or like someone accidentally stepped on it. And finally, on the Ferrari, I'll install this custom V8 motor. I wonder how we can see the road through that. Oh wait, I forgot, it's illegal to upgrade a Ferrari. Anyway, after these upgrades, I want to know which of these cars is the fastest, so I'm gonna launch them off this ramp. In 3, 2, 1... Oh wow, Ferrari actually won. That big motor helped a lot. Wait, where's the McLaren? Oh, I think I dropped it too low to the ground. But since we still have a lot of money to spend, I decided to build a bunch of crazy means of transportation, like this human-sized quadrocopter for $70,000, and this jetpack costume that actually exists in real life. Another thing you can buy if you're a trillionaire is a monster truck. And I set up a whole show here by lining up all of my Lego cars. Now, let's check if it can jump it. Okay, well done. Rich people also spend a lot of money on yachts, and I built one that has gold plating, a powerful motor, and a professional captain. And on the front, there's a jet ski, so you can ride waves. And a flyboard, which is basically a device that shoots water from your feet very fast, and it seems like you're flying. Finally, I bought a submarine, and now you can go underwater to explore, underwater.
I am under the water.
Another must-have for a Lego billionaire is a private jet, and I built one that would probably cost $100 million. And the best part? It's golden. I also built a water plane, which is not that expensive, but it's cool because you can land on water. But the biggest flex I bought is this. It's a tiny electric car for kids that I never had as a child. So to compensate, I built 20 of them. I think I can fit an entire kindergarten on them. Next up, I saw some dudes freezing in the cold, and I realized the building is full of homeless people. And they don't have a place to live, so I decided to build them a city. Okay, the city's loaded. Firstly, I built all the essentials like a hospital, a school, and a police station with a jail, in case any citizens use illegal techniques. I also built the shopping district where minifigs can eat in a restaurant and spend their money earned in the offices or a factory. Wow, bro just bought a new iPhone. Next, I added this cool theme park with a huge Ferris wheel and calm green area with a beautiful arch and benches to sit on. Finally, I built a marina bay so minifigs can get to the city using ships or spend time on a beach. The city's done and the homeless people are finally happy. The problem is, it's too small, and the minifig can barely fit through.
Bro, stop being clumsy. You destroy everything.
The citizens got mad and bro got banned. Chat, let's move on. Sometimes it's dangerous even to be a window cleaner. And I'm not talking about this annoying sound. Especially if you're cleaning a window on the highest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. And if that's not dangerous enough, let's simulate an earthquake. This is a 3 magnitude earthquake. This is 6 magnitude. And this is 9. There's such a thing as a professional mourner. Basically, people can hire you, and all you need to do is show up at the funeral of their relative. And the only reason I can think of hiring a person for this is to make your neighbors jealous because you have more guests at the funeral.
Now that's a weird way to flex.
Pretty much a very easy job. The only danger here is overreacting and getting kicked out of the party.
Bruh.
Surprisingly, being a crossing guard is a dangerous profession. Pretty much all you need to do is stop the vehicles to let vulnerable groups of people cross the road. It can be kids that go to school, or old pedestrians, or even puppies. And like with a lot of professions, the risk here is being hit by a car if the driver can't read the signs properly. Another weird profession is a water slide tester. And it seems like a pretty chill profession, I gotta say. And I bought 1,000 transparent studs for this one, so let's pour them out. But I guess this profession exists for a reason, so I built this huge water slide for him to test, and I have a feeling that it is not completely safe. Comment if you would test it for $28.
Yes,
You know that
sir.
feeling when you're going down a slide, afraid of going too fast and getting yeeted into space? Yeah, sometimes the fear is there for a reason. Next, let's go above the clouds, because it's parachuting. Oh, by the way, this is my video editor. And to simulate a parachute, I attached an official Lego parachute piece, and now he has a parachute. The only thing left is to drive him to the nearest bridge and simulate skydiving by dropping him from it. Okay, hope your parachute won't tangle midair.
I'm dying. Help me.
Okay, yes, it actually worked. And the parachute definitely saved him. What about superheroes? Being a superhero can also count as a profession. So here's a quick speed round of dangerous situations that might happen while saving the world. Okay, let's start with Superman, who mainly spends his time flying in the air. And the dangerous thing that can happen to him is... Mr. Briggs Airlines is not responsible for this accident. Another flying superhero is Iron Man, and there's a big chance of technical faults caused by lightning strikes. And then he can be pretty much fried up. Wait, guys, I think I spotted something weird on the wall while I was filming. Let me just take my slipper. Gotcha! Oh, wait, I think I just killed Spider-Man. And did you know that lonely people have like a 30% shorter life on average? So for the last build of this round, I'll make a tiny, sad apartment where the person can sit all lonely and sad, cause it is a supervillain, Joker. Wait, why is he smiling? What the heck? He's supposed to be sad. That's better. There's also such a profession as an electrician, but this one is pretty much self-explanatory. Touch the wrong cable, and you're fried. Next, I built a small zoo, cause another weird but really cute profession is a panda fluffer. I mean, look at this. Aren't they the cutest things you've ever seen? Pretty much all you need to do is cuddle and feed pandas all day and watch them grow. I guess the only dangerous thing that can happen is if you're really good at your job, the panda will ask all his friends to join. There's also wingsuiting, where you basically fall down to the ground, but with this suit that makes you look like a squirrel's skin, you have some limited control over it. The best stunts by these guys include flying under a bridge or even through a hole in a mountain. So let's simulate this by building a mountain with a hole in it. And now let's try to throw him precisely through this tiny hole. Oh yeah, it's easy to miss and it's quite deadly. Next is being a policeman. Being a policeman is obviously quite dangerous because all you do is deal with criminals all day, and one of the most dangerous things is being shot by one of them. Policemen can also have intense car chases, but then slip on a random object and fall from the table. I mean, from the cliff. And what if a Lego man is on fire in Lego City? You need to buy Lego and build a fire station and become a firefighter. Okay, so here we have a fire station where you can see on the map where an emergency is happening in the Lego City, and a cool fireman's pole so you won't spend an extra half second on the stairs.
Oh dang, being a firefighter is actually a pretty dangerous profession.
We've also got a kitten on a tree, because that's like 69% of all the calls to the fire guards. But the coolest thing in this set is the helicopter, which comes with these special water pieces that you need to load up, and now you can shoot with water and fight the fire on the fly.
I honestly had no idea Lego had these parts. Kids nowadays are so spoiled.
But what about a real danger? Say, if a house is on fire. There's a big chance of a house collapsing due to long heat exposure, so let's simulate that. Okay, so far we've looked at a lot of dangerous professions, but what is the most dangerous of them all? With this question, I went to Google, and here's the top 5 most dangerous professions according to Google. And you'll be surprised, because in 5th place is garbage collector. These are the guys who collect all the waste after your last house party. And as I read on Google, there's a big chance of being hit by the truck and being stuck between it and the dumpster forever. Not cool, man, not cool. Then in 4th place stand fishermen, specifically the guys who sail the deep seas in search of the big fish. So let's simulate the ocean with a bucket of water and test the profession. Wow, this guy be having a good mood today. The 3rd place, according to Google, is for delivery drivers. And I bought a fresh Lego set for this one. It's a small restaurant that has a delicious sandwich on top, and it comes with a bicycle delivery guy who carries crispy but delicious Lego food. And apparently these guys experience a lot of accidents because they spend all their time on the roads.
What the hell, dude? It's the 2nd time in like 20 seconds.
In 2nd place is a profession called roughneck, and basically the crews risk their lives pumping the black gold.
So I attempted to build this working oil rig, but it is still not working, guys.
And it can be a very dangerous job with terrible accidents, such as being hit by one of the chains. And lastly, the most dangerous profession according to Google is a logger. Pretty much, you need to stay all day in the woods and fight mosquitoes while cutting trees using various tools until they fall. There's also a profession called dog food taster, but this one is pretty self-explanatory. All you need to do is just taste different kinds of dog food. Check its quality, taste, texture. Okay, it's kind of good money for a side hustle, so I'm gonna give this one a shot. Okay, it's actually not that bad. Another dangerous profession is being a gang boss.
Hey, boss.
Usually when you're a gang boss, you don't really need to kill anyone and get your hands dirty. So you just take care of the fam and collect money from all the illegal activities. But the dangerous part here is that the other gangs are constantly trying to kill you. For example, by planting an explosive under your car. And I used a firecracker to simulate this. Wow, that's even more dangerous than I thought. And what about being a pilot? It's also quite dangerous. You can experience severe turbulence, or even worse, you can crash. So let's simulate double engine failure. I found this nice tall thing at my local playground, so let's drop the plane right from the top of it. I'm gonna do it.
2, 1, liftoff.
Wow, this pilot's scared, but at least he survived.
I'm scared.
And for the final dangerous extreme sport, we will need to go underwater, because it is cave diving. So pretty much all you need to do here is dive deep into the ocean. Okay, he is stuck. Just kidding, he's fine. Another weird profession is a webcam eater. Like this Nikocado Avocado dude who earns pretty decent money. So I speed built a simple streamer's room and I used all my food parts for this wall. And the only thing you need to do is sit in your room, stream, and eat different foods like bananas, croissants, pretzels, hot dogs, and of course, pizza. Okay, I think he's full already. Another classic topic for LEGO sets is a construction site. So I went and ordered a used one from Bricklink. And what I found out while building this set is that there's actually a lot of danger on a construction site. Like this elevator with no safety features at all. And some other dangerous things. Okay, I think I simulated a typical day in the life of Minions right now. But the most dangerous thing you can do is let an unskilled crane operator carry around a pile of bricks. Okay, he is dead. But I also went and recreated it with a real brick. Hey! A man was hit with a brick in Lego City! Fire the crane operator! Now I have a handsome smirk. And the final dangerous profession in this video is an illegal master builder. And although you can build pretty nice stuff like this sphere, remember that the cops are always near. Subscribe, or you are next. Our first victim is Ben Aslart, 31.8 million subscribers. I saw one of his videos where he upgraded a school bus, so that gave me an idea to do the same with this Lego Fortnite set. Let's take off the balloon and seats to make room for the upgrades. Ben's had a blue couch. I made a cozy orange one. Also added an arcade machine, a pool at the back, and floor panels. In Ben's bus, there's a slide going from the roof, so I took this slide and the bus makeover is done. Now to put back the roof and test if the slide works. Now we have Ryan Trahan. He has around 17 million subscribers. We're gonna start by taking this nice curly hair and a white shirt torso from the Paul Walker minifig and stick it to this smiling head. Then I'll give him legs from a runner minifig, because he's a runner. Duh. Let's also build him a VR set to finalize the look. I will use MetaQuest 2 as a reference. Let's activate Ryan's headset and transport him into, maybe, Digital Circus? Confusion kicking in. Ryan's all bricked up, and Pomni and Jax don't know what's going on. Oh damn, Ryan got his digital version. Now he's literally bricked up and just vibing with Kane. Now, who is the biggest YouTuber on the planet? Mr. Beast. And what is the biggest minifigure? This one. So I will use it to recreate Mr. Beast, starting with his hair. I'll remove his head entirely and rebuild it with a custom hairstyle made out of brown curved slopes on top to represent his look, and it fits perfectly. Now let's tackle his face. He often looks quite awkward in real life, so I'll use a Sharpie to draw an awkward facial expression. There we go. Looks quite good if you ask me. And for the mustache, I'ma just, yes sir. For his torso, I rebuilt it entirely out of black pieces. And also, I'll add a big custom sticker of his channel's logo to complete the look. And Mr. Beast is done! Now, what is Mr. Beast famous for? He usually gives out huge sums of money to strangers. So, big minifigure, big money. I built a huge bill for Mr. Beast using a bunch of green pieces and white tiles for lettering. With this bill, he can probably buy the whole Lego city. This is Preston. He has around 28 million subscribers, and for the build, I want to find a matching torso. Then I will take this head and this dark brown hairpiece. And of course, some white legs. And this is how it looks. So I saw a video where Preston pranked his little brother in Minecraft by building a TNT cannon and blowing up his house. So I think I'll simulate that scene in Lego. Imagine Preston's little bro went all out building this sick Minecraft crib. We got here like wooden roof, cobblestone walls for the house, and I've got the perfect plot twist. A stash of TNT blocks. Let's deck out his pad with TNT and make it totally epic, if you know what I mean. So, here goes nothing. Oh, that ain't good. Dude got pranked a little. Hopefully no beef will happen between them and it's just a tiny gag. Well, well, well. I knew you were in my walls. It's the Stokes twins. The Stokes twins' most popular content is about hidden places, ranging from secret 7-Eleven inside a wall to hidden rooms you'll never find. For the minifigs, I used these dark blue legs and red jacket torsos, and for the build, since they really like to build so many hidden places, I went with a pool build made out of these blue bricks, also decorated with a diving board and umbrellas. Now the Stokes twins can invite their friends to a casual pool day. And yeah, I know what y'all are about to say. This pool has a hidden entrance to a secret underground room. What room, you may ask? A secret movie theater, complete with popcorn. I built this bracket to hold a smartphone for the screen. Now, after all the fun in the pool, the Stokes twins and friends can have a relaxing and very secret movie night. And this is Clean Girl. I used a pink torso, black legs, and this blonde hairpiece. And this is her in minifigure form. Speaking of cleaning, I recently dealt with a chunky clog in my sink. Not your ordinary clog. Let's start by removing this slime, mixed with a solid chunk of hair. Note to self, don't cut hair over the sink. After tackling the first nasty layer, it's time to dig deeper. It feels like clay. Oh, it is my Bionicle. How on earth did it end up in the sink? The hard part's done. Let's clean it up. Magic foam to the rescue. After a final rinse, it's good as new. Scrubbing never felt so satisfying. From gross to neuron activation, right? Back to the display shelf and stay out of sinks. Next, we have ZHC, 28 million subscribers. This guy is crazy good at painting and creating cool custom iPhones and iPads, and I'm gonna match his skills while building his minifig. I gave him black pants, a cool looking cyan-colored torso, and spiky turquoise hair. Also a paintbrush and a palette. But this is too easy. Feels like cheating and doesn't represent his creativity. So, time for an upgrade. I will prepare his minifig with primer because we're going to dip him in yellow paint. Then I'll take this similar looking hairpiece and I will transform it from this bland color to this vibrant turquoise. Once that's done, I'll recreate ZHC's face on a minifig using a Sharpie. Now to tackle the torso in the same turquoise color as his hair, first the prime layer to activate the color layer. Torso's done, maybe a bit scuffed, but now I'm gonna yoink these gamer girl pants for bro. Looks off. So I'll splatter some paint on his pants to show that art can get messy. As if it's not messy enough already. And lastly, to make him super unique, I've printed out a tiny custom sticker shirt design. And the minifig is done. Eric, aka Eric Decker, has 15.5 million subscribers, and for the build, I used legs from a surfer minifig and the torso from Stanley Hudson's minifig from The Office. I found a bowl-cut hairpiece, but had to style it with a hairdryer to fit Eric's vibe better. To replicate the mischief croc boots from the photo, I used the surfer legs, adding yellow brackets and rounded tiles. They didn't quite capture the gummy look, so I crafted a pair from yellow putty for a better fit. Inspired by one of Eric's videos where he hired 100 bodyguards to cause mayhem, I wanted to recreate it in Lego. I assembled Eric's minifig along with a squad of bodyguards. He's now got a small army to protect him, but will it be enough to stand against Glorp, Toot, Melt, Glibbo Glob, and Jeremiah? Let's set them all up and let the totally ultimate battle commence! Next time, Eric should hire more bodyguards. I got this brand new iBrick 16 still in the box. I see your new feature, Lego. The brick is fully modular and needs to be assembled. So that probably means that Lego is planning in the future to make more custom modules and extend the lifespan of their iBricks. But for now, the brick itself is very nice. But I would like to focus more on MKBHD. Let's build a minifig for him. For the torso, I took a bright blue hoodie with a red undershirt, a happy looking face, and a curly black hairpiece. So that kind of wraps up the review. This was Marques Brickley. See you in the next one. So now we're going to build a sock? What? Oh, that's the logo of a YouTuber? I knew that. I was just playing with you guys. Socks Animation, a YouTuber with 1.74 million subscribers, creates tier list videos and discusses real-life events with friends using his unique cartoony style. I needed an orange body from Everyone is Awesome, white grippers, and a cartoonishly happy face. The legs are orange too, but since I couldn't find ones with socks, I crafted them using colored craft paper strips to match Socks' theme. For the Oof character, I created a unique head inspired by a Twister playmat from paper and colored dots and applied it on a Bruce Wayne minifig. For Juicy, I took a Lego Stuntman's red hoodie and paired it with black pants. Instead of a mug, I used a yellow rounded brick as a white nozzle for a straw to represent his juice head. For TBVG, or Teebs, I combined dark brown legs, a black torso, and a Thanos head, adding an XYAB button layout for the eye. With these, our cast is ready for the show. So now we need a studio for recording. I constructed a simple podcast room with microphones, a computer, and phones on the table. The set is ready. Another YouTube category you can recreate in Lego is ASMR. Here's the sound of Lego bananas. This is the sound of a drowning Lego man.